Thanks to the latest Nintendo Direct, we now have even more details on the upcoming Pokémon Sword and Shield. Alongside the new Pokémon, we got our first look at trainer customization, the Pokémon Camp, and the Curry Dex. But you all know the drill by now. A new Pokémon trailer means a new Pokémon analysis. So let's break out the old analysis machine to see what secrets and hidden details we're hiding in this Direct. We'll begin with some of the locations shown during the trailer. Now, most are places we've seen before, but there are unique elements to point out. For one, we get a nice wide shot of the water gym town where we can see the gym, the docks, and even statues next to the lighthouse. The thing is, we don't really know what those statues depict. They seem to be of Pokémon, but none that we've seen up until this point, so we're likely looking at something new. The bigger question is whether these are standard Pokémon or a new legendary beyond Zacian and Zamazenta. The next location is our first look at the town near the Dugtrio statue. It's not a wide look, but we can at least see how the buildings are slightly run down, and that Maractus is running a berry stand, while a new kind of character is standing near the Pokémon Center. It's not much, but it is noteworthy that players can seemingly buy berries considering their importance in making curry, which we'll get to soon enough. We next see the female trainer standing beside a salon in the snow town to the northeast. There's nothing that new about this scene barring the snowman, but it is a cool touch that we can see the grass beneath the snow since it was recently used to make this snowman. It helps make the town feel just a little more lived in. Speaking of that snow town, we also got a good look at the ruins leading to it. We can even see snow through the opening in the far wall. And then we have the new Pokémon, Poltegeist and Cramorant. Poltegeist is a pure ghost type that enjoys making their homes in restaurants and hotels. In fact, they can pour their power into leftover tea to create more Poltegeist, causing many to consider them a pest in Galar. Cramorant is a dual flying and water type with the new ability Gulp Missile. Anytime it uses dive or surf, it will come back with a fish in its mouth, and if hit, it will launch that fish at its opponent. That's neat in itself, but it's extremely unlikely that this fish is just a normal fish. There's even artwork of Cramorant spitting it out, and we can see its unique design. We'd be shocked if this wasn't another Pokémon in the game. The question is, who's that Pokémon? Oh, and another question. What are you wearing? Because the trailer showed off plenty of clothing options in the game. Now, we aren't going to break down every article of clothing, but we can see all the different categories available. There are shirts, outerwear, pants, dresses, socks, shoes, backpacks, hats, glasses, gloves, and entire outfits. The prices aren't shown in this scene, but later some of the prices are shown for the hoodies. What's more notable are the different brands on display, and in fact, we can see the brand tag on both the striped top and the Arcanine t-shirt. It makes sense considering how big advertising is to the league in Galar. We also have to mention that it's possible to wear Nessa's outfit, which is likely an example of an entire outfit rather than individual pieces. Still, it bodes well for how many options there will be. Beyond clothes, there's also the salon where players can change their hairstyle and appearance. And it's here where the female trainer really shines, as they can not only customize their hair, but the bangs as well, creating the opportunity for unique combinations. Finding what hairstyle works for you is much easier now, as you can actually see the style before choosing it, unlike the somewhat blind choices of the previous gens. Along with the color of their hair, trainers can also change their eyebrows, eyebrow color, eyelashes, eye color, and lipstick. At least if you're a girl. If you're a boy, then all you can change is your eyebrows, their color, and your eye color. Now, that's just character customization. Another new element introduced was Pokémon Camp. But before we dive into that, we also got to look at the main menu, which includes options for the Pokédex, your Pokémon team, the bag, your league card, which we'll touch on soon, the save option, the map, Pokémon Camp, mystery gifts, versus battles, and options. It's all pretty standard, except it appears that you can customize the placement of these icons thanks to the swap option. We don't see it in action, but we can't imagine swap being used for anything else. And in fact, Players can bring up the map with the plus button or save immediately from this menu by tapping the R button. It all comes across as player friendly, allowing everyone to do what works best for them. As for Pokémon Camp itself, it looks to be the newest version of Pokémon Ami and Pokémon Refresh. In this version, you can use toys to play with your Pokémon, and these include, at least so far, a feather toy and 2 types of balls. Interestingly though, we see the player try to use the feather with Tyranitar, but it doesn't seem to be enjoying it at all. Either this is its happy face, or it could be that different Pokémon prefer different toys. It's also possible to talk with your Pokémon to increase friendliness. We don't see much of this, but after doing so, options appear including chatting more or playing. So we assume that players choose a Pokémon or 2 to talk with, and then they can be chatted or played with for more friendliness. But the big addition here seems to be cooking curry on rice, which is so popular in Galar that it even has its own curry decks. We're shown some of the ingredients that goes into these dishes, which includes beans, bread, pasta, mushrooms, food tins from guys named Bob and Bach, and sausages. What are the sausages made of? Best not to ask. Once the food is selected, players then add in up to 10 berries that will affect the outcome of the dish, so it looks as if experimentation is key. In fact, the whole process is a little like Poffins from previous games, as there's even a minigame involved where you fan the flames, stir the pot, and figuratively put your heart into it. Heck, the fan you use looks like a green Magikarp. Once all that is cooked, then it's time to taste, and the emotion on the trainer and Pokemon are a sight to see. We already knew that they would emote more in this game, but it's still a treat. With over 100 different curry recipes in the game, we need a curry dex to keep track of it all, which we do get a short look at. It tells the name of the curry, its number, a picture, a short description, its taste rating, and the key ingredients that went into making it. We still don't know what benefit the curry actually provides though. Some of the curry is listed as bitter, sour, dry, or spicy, so it might tie into a Pokemon's stats in cool, beauty, and the rest for contests. And like Poffins, which serve the same purpose, curry can be made with friends as well, so there's plenty of connections. The thing is, there's been no sign of contests in the game so far, but maybe they do return or have some kind of connection to the gyms. We don't know, but it's the best guess we have as to the purpose of eating curry. We're almost done here, but there's still a few things to cover that weren't in the Direct. League cards and surprise trades. Surprise trades are essentially the successor to Wonder Trades, where players put up a Pokemon to trade and it's randomly traded with another person. The big difference here is that not only can it happen online, but through local wireless as well if you're playing in a public space. Additionally, it'll happen in the background while you continue to play and will be notified by the Wycom when the trade occurs. League cards are items that you can receive both from characters in the game and other players. You can customize your own to have different backgrounds, effects, and frames, along with posing your trainer. They can be given different emotions and poses, and then have that pose zoomed, moved, or rotated for a League card that's all your own. The League card is shown when battling friends and can be customized through the Rotomi. The only question we have is what the stars mean on the cards. Could they be a reference to the player's rank in ranked battles, or is it something else? Finally, it appears we may have the canon names of our new trainers. While they've been referred to as Sword and Shield in the past, here we see the names Victor and Gloria. This isn't the first time these names have shown up, but due to the consistency of their reappearances, we think it's their actual names, and they're both celebratory in nature. Victor for victory, and Gloria for glory. Now to become the champion. But that's everything we could find in the new Nintendo Direct trailer for Pokémon Sword and Shield. While a lot has been shown, it's quite a surprise to see how much Game Freak is keeping close to their chest about the game so far. We haven't gotten a single town name or even a starter evolution yet. It makes us excited for what's to come and wonder if it will come at all. Perhaps this time many of the secrets and surprises will be left as such. Or they could just wait until right before release, as they've done in the past. But, of course, let us know if we missed anything in the comments. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to Game Explained for more on Pokemon and other things gaming.